Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will show you how to stake the Wonderland time token with an objective of earning almost 72,000% APR. Now, to be crystal clear, this involves a high level of risk and there is the possibility that your funds could disappear, a lot like the Cheshire Cat, and perhaps that is why the project features this character on their website. But seriously, this video is not intended as investment advice. It's being provided for educational purposes only. At the end of the day, it is up to you to do your own recon, and you are the only one responsible for your financial decisions. So, with that all being said, let's get into the weeds. Now, if you're familiar with my videos, I typically start out over here on CoinGecko when I begin doing recon, and so we'll just come over to the search tab, type in time, which is the ticker for the token for Wonderland, and we can see they are ranked 135, so it's not a terrible ranking. And so we give that a click, and from here the first thing most people will probably look at is going to be the price of 3,500. Right now I'm going to ignore that because I am looking for more info on this project. It's a new project for me, and in reality it's not a project I would normally look at. But I've had enough requests over in the Telegram Recon Trader chat group, and I've had a few requests in the comments on my YouTube videos, so I thought I'd give this a shot. And since this is a brand new project to me, I want to look at a white paper or some documents about the actual project. And over here on CoinGecko, you can see there's a link to the docs for the Wonderland project. So if I just give that a click, it will take me over to basically all the intel that the project has provided. Now, keep in mind, this is information the project has provided, so you need to take that into consideration when you're reading through these documents. And so we'll begin over here as an introduction. What is Wonderland? Wonderland is the first decentralized reserve currency protocol available on the Avalanche network, based on the time token. Now, it's important to know I've done my recon already on this project, and I noticed that this project was basically a fork from the Olympus DAO off of the Ethereum network. So there is a benefit of forking off of Ethereum from another project over here to the Avalanche network, and that's going to be obviously speed of transactions, but more importantly, the cost involved of doing those transactions. Staking and unstaking are transactions, and there will be fees involved for doing those transactions. Over on Ethereum, you're going to get killed by the high rate of gas fees that they charge over there. And with that being said, switching over to the Avalanche or AVAX network is going to reduce those fees down to almost nothing. Now, if we continue on, each time token is backed by a basket of assets in the Wonderland treasury, giving it an intrinsic value that it cannot fall below. I'm not exactly sure what this intrinsic value is that it can't fall below. That would almost make it sound like it's a stable coin, which it is not. There is a lot of volatility in the price of this particular token. So while this sounds good, my experience with a lot of white papers, I've been reading white papers since 2017. I've read more than I can count over that time frame. And the one thing I've learned, a lot of times projects will add in info that doesn't really even apply to the actual project just to make it sound good. And to me, this kind of just makes it sound good. It's not a stable coin. The value does fluctuate. It's great that they have a treasury that supposedly backs the tokens themselves, but as far as the price not falling below an intrinsic value, I'm not sure what that value is, because the price has fallen, as we will see when we get a little further into our recon. Now, I'm not going to read through all this information. You all need to do your own recon, but I have pointed you in the right direction where you can do a lot of recon. I will jump over here to the staking tab, and I'll touch on what they consider to be the strategy for staking, and that is the primary value accrual strategy of Wonderland. Stakers stake their time tokens on the Wonderland website to earn rebase rewards. The rebase rewards come from proceeds from bond sales, which you'll want to look at. and can vary based on the number of times staked in the protocol and the reward rate set by the monetary policy. Again, you're going to want to do a little more research on how that works, but at this point in time, I'm just giving you an outline of how the staking is going to work with this platform. Now, this is somewhat important. Staking is a passive yet a long-term strategy. Really, for staking to work, you need a little longer term strategy to ride out some of that volatility in price. And how you basically accomplish that is the increase in your stake of time translates into a constantly falling cost basis converging on zero. And what that basically means is even if the market price of time drops below your initial purchase price, given a long enough staking period, the increase in your stake time balance should eventually outpace the fall in price. And with a really high APY of 70,000%, there is a good possibility if the price dumps, say, 20%, over a 60-day period, that might actually be a bit of a wash. You might actually still be at a break-even level, but really the objective you want to see is the price of the time go up and you accumulate more time, and that is where you would actually see your real return. Now, they go into a little more details about the staking process. Again, I want you to do some of your own recon, so I'm not going to do a real deep dive into these documents. That's really something you will want to do. Now, if we jump back over here to CoinGecko and we scroll down, we can see a chart for Wonderland's price. And I prefer to go out to the max level. I want to see how this has performed ever since this token's been deployed. And this particular token, when it deployed, its beginning price was around $700. It's currently at around $3,500, and it had a fairly healthy looking run up. It just didn't go straight up and then straight down to this level. And if I jump over here to some of the other forks from the Olympus DAO, besides Wonderland, you can see a couple of the other forks, and we'll click on Invictus. This particular fork, if we scroll down and look at its actual price, we can see that this price pretty much just went straight up and then sold off. And so this price action to me would be a red alert, and I would stay away from a project like that. But that's just my strategy. Your strategy may be completely different with these projects. Where once again, if we jump back over here to the price action for the Wonderland token, we got a normal run up, and really this sell-off that we see currently is when the entire crypto market has sold off. And so it's actually somewhat following Bitcoin's price action as we see this little bounce up, which Bitcoin has recently done, and now Bitcoin is selling off, and so is this particular price in this coin. And so if this token's price actually follows the price of Bitcoin, and so in the long term, in theory, I'm obviously bullish on Bitcoin, so that could be bullish for this particular token. However, with that all being said, I'm guessing there's some folks who bought in at these higher levels. It looks like the all-time high was probably around $10,000, and right now it's at $3,500. So those folks are probably not feeling very good about this particular investment. However, again, with that high APY, they may, if they held through this downturn, they are earning more time and could eventually have a lower cost average on their actual holdings. And so their overall investment with their accumulated time might actually be closer to this level than their original buy-in price, which we touched on earlier. Now, another thing I like to check out when I'm doing my recon would be their social media. And if we jump over to their Twitter page, we can see they have a fair amount of followers, of about 114,000 followers, so that is somewhat engaging. And then if you scroll down through their page, you'll see some of their future plans for the project, and they've actually had their first governance vote on Wonderland, and so the community has actually voted for the continued management of the treasury and the code with transactions approved by the multi-sigs. So again, I've gone through the feed. I recommend you go through the feed as well and do your own recon. All right, now that I have some intel, I'm ready to jump over to their website, so I can just come over here to website and give that a click, and that will land me on their homepage. And in reality, there's really nothing to the homepage other than a link to the documentation I've already showed you, links to their social media, and a link to the actual app in order to get ready for staking. So now we'll go ahead and enter the app and get closer to staking these time tokens. And so now we're at the dashboard for staking or minting. Today we'll be staking the time token. And the first thing I actually need to do is connect a wallet. And in this case, I will be connecting my MetaMask wallet. So I just click on Connect Wallet. I have a choice between MetaMask or Wallet Connect. I will connect my MetaMask wallet. So I give that a click. And since this token is on the Avalanche network, I need to actually switch over to the Avalanche network. And so I just click on Switch Network. And if you do not have the Avalanche network already set up in your MetaMask wallet, you will need to click up here at the top where it says Networks, and you will need to come down here and add a network. Now, I'm not going to get into the weeds on how to do that today, but I will drop a link to a video from Avalanche how to actually set this up in your MetaMask wallet. And I highly suggest you only do this procedure through the Avalanche website, and it will give you all the details necessary that you need to complete and add the Avalanche network to your MetaMask wallet. So now I have my MetaMask wallet connected. I actually need to get some time tokens in order to actually stake those time tokens. Now you will also need some AVAX or Avalanche tokens in your wallet in order to pay any gas fees for staking and unstaking. So be sure you have some AVAX available in your wallet on the Avalanche network in order to pay any fees that are going to be involved. So with that being said, now I need to go get some time tokens, and I need to find out what markets the time tokens are available. So again, I can jump over here to CoinGecko. I can scroll down, click on markets, and that will give me a list of where these time tokens are available for me to go buy. Now, it looks like the majority of volume's done over on Trader Joe, and that would be through your MetaMask wallet. However, Gate.io also offers the time token, and I have a Gate.io account with some funds just sitting there for this type of investment. And so I'll jump over here to my Gate.io account. I'm obviously logged in. I could do a search for the token simply by typing in the ticker symbol, time USDT, but I already have that pulled up. So I'm actually ready to buy some of these time tokens over here on Gate.io. Now, if we scroll down and kind of look over here at the order book, we can see that the last price was $3,500. So I am going to do a limit order. Limit orders will generally cost you less as far as fees go. And I want to actually be the first one on the order book. So I actually want to be above this 3501. And I'm going to make an offer somewhere between the current offer and ask price. So I'm going to make an offer at $35.19. Now, I need to determine how much time I want to buy, and in this case, I'm going to buy 500 USDT worth of time, and that comes out to 0.142 time. And that's pretty much it. I just click buy time, confirm my order. I need to put in my trading password, and you can see the order's been placed. And apparently someone has a bot running because immediately when my order was placed, I got jumped by 1 penny as far as the amount. However, they're only buying $7 worth of time. So hopefully my order will be taken out fairly quickly when this order of 1 penny more gets taken out. All right, so my order finally got filled. It did take a few minutes, but I did get filled at a lower price. I got filled at $35.11.49, and originally I had submitted an order for $35.19, and that bot stepped in front of me by 1 penny. So I canceled that order, and using a little bit of reading the tape skills, I was actually able to get a better price. And I'm not going to go into too deep of details on what I did, but if you're interested in learning more about how to actually read the tape when you're buying and selling on an exchange, leave a comment in the description down below and I will consider making a video on how to read the tape. My strategy is a little different than most people. Look, most people get impatient and they will raise the price of their offer to try to get closer to the ask, thinking they'll get hit. Well, I actually do the opposite, and I lowered my offer price to $35.11 and 49 cents. And what ended up happening, and again, the bot stepped ahead of me by 1 penny, but the ask price dropped as well. It dropped from $35.33 to $35.29. And shortly after the ask price dropped, my order got taken out along with the bot's order. The bot's order was only $7 worth of time, so I knew that 1 penny difference, my order would get filled if their order got filled, and it did. And so I was able to get my time, and I actually got it at a slightly lower price. And right now I could actually sell my time and would be in the profit because the current ask is $35.46 and the current offer is $35.35. So I could take a profit right now. But I'm not going to. Let's get this time staked. So in order to do that, I need to get these tokens off of Gate.io and into my MetaMask account. So I just scroll back up to the top, go to my wallet, click on withdraw. So now I can withdraw. The coin I need to select is going to be Time Wonderland, obviously. The chain, and this is important, you want to make sure when you're sending funds from one wallet to another, you're sending them on the same chain. And in this case, I'm sending it to my MetaMask wallet, which is going to be the Avalanche AVX chain. And in this case, I'm sending it to the AVX C chain, which is the correct chain. So I click that. And you can see the available amount of time I have to send. We'll get to that in a second. However, the first thing I need to do is go grab my address in MetaMask for this particular wallet. So I jump over to my MetaMask wallet. And again, make sure that the network you have selected is the Avalanche network. And then I can just copy this address to my clipboard. Jump back over here to Gate.io and paste the address in. And now we can continue to scroll down. Next, I could add a description. In this case, I'll just put stake because I'm going to stake these tokens. And then I need to determine the amount of time I want to send. And I want to send all the time I have. So I'm just going to copy and paste that in here. We keep scrolling down and you'll see the fee I'll be hit with will be 0.00057 time. Now I need to verify my withdrawal. And so I input my trading password, the email code, and the Google Authenticator code, hit submit request, and then I just need to confirm I want to withdraw. So I click confirm, and my request has been successfully submitted. And so those funds should be arriving over here in my MetaMask wallet shortly. And now it's been a couple minutes and the time is now available in my MetaMask wallet. So we're ready to finally get this staked. And so we'll jump back over here to the staking page for the Wonderland time token. And you can see the APY is currently almost 72,000%. That's insane. Now, I will be doing an update video in the near future to see how this is actually working. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button. But before we actually stake this, let's jump over to the calculator that they offer so we can look at some of the figures we might expect to be able to earn over a variety of different time frames. And so from the calculator page, they show the current price at $35.87 with an APY a little bit lower than what it was showing on the staking page of still 71,000 APY. And then my memo balance, now if you read through those documents I shared with you earlier, you'll know that when you stake your time, it gets converted to memo, and then when you unstake, it gets converted back to time, and that's what ends up in your MetaMask wallet. And so in this case, the amount of memo or time that I will be staking, I'll be looking to stake 0.141, and that would be at a current APY. It already jumped back up to almost 72,000%. And then the current price of time is at around $35.44. And then you have the future time market price. That means the price in, say, 30 to 60 days. We don't know that. So right now I'm not going to change it, but I will show you how to use that feature here in a moment. And then I can determine how long I actually want to stake for, and it starts at 30 days. If I was to stake my initial investment, which is right around that $500, I lost a little bit of money in fees. My rewards during that 30-day period would be approximately 0.24209 time, or a potential return of $858. And so for over a 30-day period, I'd be just shy of doubling up my money. Now, if we extend this out to 60 days, we can see my reward jumps up to 1,473. And so there you can see where the compounding effect really jumps up, because I only doubled the amount of days I was staking for. However, my return is actually 3 times the investment rather than just doubling up my investment. Now, with that all being said, that's with the assumption that the price of time did not go up or down. Let's say the price of time, for whatever reason, gets cut to 2,500. At that point, for a 60-day period, my potential return would be $1,039. And so that is where that cost basis comes into effect. With the rewards, or essentially accumulating more time, I'm still profitable. With this $500 investment, I still basically doubled up, even though the price of time came down by $1,000. And so I highly recommend you play around with this calculator for a while. Extend it out to 90 days. And the price of time at 2,500, my $500 investment, now I'm at 1,700. So I'm basically adding $500 a month in profit, even though the price of time has gone down by $1,000. And the longer you keep these funds staked, the more it will compound and the greater your rewards will be. However, with that being said, if the price of time goes to zero, your investment also goes to zero. And so that is a possibility. And so you should never invest more than you're willing to lose. Now that's enough jaw jacking. Let's get this money staked. So we jump back over here to the staking page. We can see that the APY is at 72,000. You can see the total value locked is almost $2 billion. So there's quite a bit of money locked up according to the project. And so now I have the choice to stake or unstake. And in this case, I'm going to just go ahead and stake. You probably want to hit refresh, which is what I had to do because it was not showing I had any time available in my MetaMask wallet. Now it does show the amount of time that is in my MetaMask wallet. So under stake, I should be able to click on max. That will populate right here. And now I'm ready to stake time. So I just click stake time. I will again have to confirm the transaction, and I'm going to pay a small fee. So I go ahead and click confirm. And that transaction was confirmed. My balances should update soon. My transaction was successfully sent. My balance has been successfully updated, and you can now see under your staked balance, my time that I had in my wallet now are called memo, and they're now staked. And I will now start earning yield, and my 5-day return on investment is scheduled to be around 9.5%. And by the way, if you didn't notice, we aren't locked into this stake for any time frame. I can actually unstake anytime I please. I'll have to pay a fee, obviously, to do that when I unstake to get those coins back in my wallet, but I'm not locked into having this staked. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. I will do an update video in the near future on how this is actually performing. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I will drop a link to the video from Avalanche on how to set up your MetaMask wallet with the Avalanche network. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.